Child's pose. Okay, so finding child's pose, toes together, knees mat with distance, hips back to the heels, hands out in front. Allow your forehead to come to the mat. Start to focus in on your breath, focus in on your body. Notice how it's all feeling today. Start to notice the tight spots, the spots that feel better. And then start to notice the breath. Allow the breath to move deeper into the ribs and into the back of the body. And on each exhale, allowing your chest to sink a little closer to the floor. And take about 3 more breaths right here. On your next inhale, make your way to a tabletop position, coming up to all fours, stacking the shoulders over the wrists, knees right underneath the hips. Moving into cow and cat. Inhale, drop your belly, bring your gaze high, open through the front. Then exhale, curl into your cat. Press through the hands, scoop out through the belly. 2 more times like that. Inhale, drop the belly, bring the gaze high. And exhale, curl into the cat. Press your shins and tops of the feet into the floor. 1 more round. Inhale, drop the belly, bring the gaze high. And exhale, curl into your cat. This time, adding our legs into the mix. Inhale, drop the belly, bring the gaze high. Start to pull the heels in towards the glutes, activating the hamstrings. Exhale, shins come down, curl into your cat. Press so hard into the floor with the tops of the feet that your knees hover off the mat. Couple more times like that. Knees come down. Inhale, drop the belly, bring the heels in towards the glutes. Then exhale, curl tops of the feet, press into the floor, hover the knees. 1 more time, knees come down. Inhale, drop the belly, heels to the glutes. And then exhale, feet to the floor, hover the knees. Let the knees come down, come back to a neutral spine. Reach the right fingertips forward and left leg back, balancing on the one hand and knee here. Take an inhale. Exhale, crunch elbow to knee underneath you. Inhale, extend it long. Exhale, find your contraction. Feel your doming through the shoulders. Inhale, extend long. Exhale, contract. And then inhale, extend, reach back with your right hand, grab the inside of your left foot, and give yourself a kick. Starting to find your back bend here, feeling the shoulder open, as well as the front of the left side of the body. Take 1 more round of breath right here. Inhale, gently reach the arm and leg long. Then exhale, let your toes just come to the floor, legs stay straight, right hand comes to the ground. Pivot yourself towards the left side of your mat, coming up to our gate latch pose. So arms come up to our capital T as we inhale. Exhale, left hand to the left leg, right fingertips reach up and over into your very sore obliques, as you may just have discovered. Breathing into the right side of your rib cage, feeling length being created between the bottom of the rib cage and the top of the hip. On your next inhale, move back through center, arms come to your capital T. Exhale, right hand to the floor, left arm sweeps across and back. Maybe working into a little bit of a back bend here, shining the heart to the ceiling. 1 round of breath. Inhale, use the abs to come all the way back up again. Now as you exhale, pivot towards the left leg back of the mat for our half split. So you'll pivot on the knee, the left leg stays straight. Bring the spine nice and long, and then pull the left hip up and back. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, fold over the legs. Using the arms as your support system to decide how low or shallow you want to go today. Keep pulling the left pinky toes back. We have 2 more breaths. Next inhale, start to bend into your left leg. And this time just finding an Anjaneyasana. So drop the hips low, reach the arms high, stretching through the front of your body as well as the right hip. On an exhale, you might find cactus arms, taking a deeper back bend. Inhale, reach the arms high once more. Then exhale, hands come down to frame the foot. Tuck your back toes, engage the leg, and step your left foot back into high plank. Pausing here for a moment. First, high plank, really press the floor away from you, feel the core activate. Inhale, hover your right leg off the floor, so just a few inches so that you can engage your hamstring in the back of the leg. As you exhale, let the right foot come down. Same thing other side. Inhale, left foot hovers. Try not to change the squareness of the hips. Then exhale, left foot comes down. Final inhale, just in this high plank. Then exhale, knees come to the floor. We're back in our tabletop position. From here, left fingertips reach forward, right leg reaches back. Take an inhale to find your stability. Then exhale, crunch elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. And then inhale, extend, bend your back leg, reach back with the hand, grab onto the inside of the foot, start to kick into that hand, create your back bend. Trying to keep equal weight between the right hand and the left leg so we're not leaning one way or the other. One more round of breath here. Inhale, gently reach the arm and leg long. Exhale, left hand comes down, right toes come down. Now pivot towards your right. So we're coming back to where we came from, coming to our gate latch. So right leg is long, arms come up to our capital T. Inhale. Exhale, right hand to right leg, left fingertips reach up and over, finding your deep side bend. One more round of breath here, looking up towards your left hand. Inhale, use the abs to bring yourself back through your upright position. Then exhale, left hand to the floor, right arm sweeps across and over. Finding your stretch on the opposite side, maybe finding a little back bend. One round of breath. Inhale, right obliques bring you all the way back upright one more time. Then exhale, keep pivoting to the right towards your right leg for your half split. So right leg stays long in front of you, hands frame the leg. Make sure the right hip is pulling up and back, right pinky toes towards the face. Take an inhale, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, fold over the leg. Keeping length through the back of the neck. 2 more breaths here. On your next inhale, start to bend into your right leg, finding our Anjaneyasana. So hips drop nice and low, arms reach up nice and high. As you exhale, maybe cactus. Take a little back bend, open through the heart. Inhale, reach the arms high once more. Then exhale, hands come down to frame that right foot. Tuck your left toes, engage the leg, kneecap comes off the mat. Inhale, step back to a high plank, pausing here. Then exhale, send the hips high, downward dog. Taking a few breaths here to pedal out the feet in your downward dog. If that feels good, maybe bending the knees, exploring how the ankles feel, how the backs of the legs feel. Palms and all 10 fingers press into the mat, and then take a moment of stillness in your down dog. So let the heels lengthen towards the floor. Let the tailbone lift up nice and high. One round of breath right here. Bring your gaze forward, start to walk your feet to the top of your mat, finding your rag doll. Hip width distance in the feet, take a generous bend in the knees. Let your torso hang really heavy over the thighs. Maybe you take opposite elbows here, maybe you interlace behind the head. Wherever you are, we have 2 full breaths. One more inhale. And exhale, gently release your arms, keeping the bend in the knees. Start to roll up through the spine nice and slow. Let your head be the very last thing to come up, and then take a big shoulder roll up and back once you arrive. Step the feet together underneath you, standing mountain pose, Tadasana. Arms reach down by the sides, palms face forward. Crown of the head reaches to the ceiling as the feet root down into the floor. Inhale, reach your arms up high, let the gaze follow. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Bow your chin, close your eyes, set an intention for your practice this morning. Whatever you are choosing to focus the mind on. And we'll seal that intention with a breath. Deep inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Seal the lips, breathe in and out through the nose once more. Find your Ujjayi breath. Little constriction at the back of the throat starts to make that oceanic sound. Take 2 more full breaths right here. Gently blink the eyes open, moving into our Sun A. Inhale, reach the arms high, Adv Vinyasa, let the gaze follow. And exhale, hinge forward from the hips, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen the spine. Then exhale, plant the palms, step back into a high plank. Take an inhale here. Now we're finding our first belly down chair on our exhale. So as you exhale, press your hips back, try to keep the shins parallel to the floor. Take 1 inhale here. Now as you exhale, try to keep your body level as you shoot forward into your chaturanga, finding your immediate bend in the arms. Inhale, pull your chest through, come to upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Take 2 full Ujjayi breaths right here. Bring your gaze forward, step your feet to the top of the mat, toes come to touch underneath you. Inhale, find your halfway lift, lengthen the spine, and exhale, forward fold. 2 more rounds of Sun A today. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky, let your gaze follow, and exhale, fold right down again, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the palms, step back into high plank. Pausing here for an inhale. Now as you exhale, this time as we move into our belly down chair, the knees twist to the left. So finding that twist, keep pressing both palms into the floor. Take an inhale here. Now as you exhale, all in one motion, we untwist and move into our chaturanga. Inhale, pull your chest through, upward facing dog. And then exhale back to your downward dog. 2 breaths here. Bring your gaze forward, step your feet to the top of the mat, toes come to touch underneath you. Inhale, find your halfway lift, lengthen, and exhale, forward fold. 1 more round to go. Inhale, reach the arms high. This is our Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the palms, step back into your high plank. Take 1 inhale here. As you exhale, belly down chair, knees to the right this time. So twisting the opposite direction, keep the arms straight, press through the palms. 1 inhale here. As you exhale, untwist and move into your chaturanga. 1 motion, keep it strong. Nice, inhale, pull the chest through, upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward dog. 2 full breaths here. Bring your gaze forward, travel to the top of the mat, toes come to touch underneath you. Inhale, find your halfway lift, lengthen the spine, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana, bend the legs, reach the arms up nice and high, sit the hips down nice and low. As you exhale, bring your right arm back, left arm forward, twist towards the right. Check that the left knee and hip haven't crept forward. We want to constantly pull those back in opposition to the twist. Inhale, move back through the center into your chair pose. Exhale, left arm back, right arm forward, twist the opposite way, this time pulling the right side back. Inhale, reach the arms high again. As you exhale, Ardha Uttanasana, bring the chest low towards the legs, reach the fingertips back. Just finding this version the first time around, make sure the legs squeeze together. Now try to keep this depth in your legs as you reach your arms high 1 more time. Then exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, release over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha. Then exhale, left foot steps back, setting up for warrior 1 on our first side. Spiral the heel to the floor. Inhale, reach the arms up. Checking this first warrior one, just make sure the right hip is back, that engagement of the low abs to lengthen through the low back. Take an inhale here, maybe find a little bit of a back bend. Then as we exhale, we're finding low lunge at the back of our mat. So pivot towards the left, your left leg bends, hands frame the foot, bringing the body low. Right hand stays planted, inhale, reach the left fingertips high, simple twist. Looking up towards the left hand, make sure you're grounding down through the right shoulder. As you exhale, horizon lunge. Come to the outsides of your feet, drop your hips down nice and low. Inhale, lift the hips and arm up. Then exhale back to your horizon lunge, this time bending your right leg underneath you to come to our seated twist. Pivot slightly so you face the front of your mat again. So there's that little spin motion to get to the front. From here, left hand comes behind, right arm reaches up and over to hook the outside of the leg. Take an inhale, find some length through your spine, and exhale, start to twist, gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Final inhale. Exhale, release your twist. Look towards the front of your mat. Left leg steps forward as we crawl over that right leg to inhale. Find that half lift of the leg. So the right leg comes up to 90 degrees. Your spine is nice and long. As you exhale, right foot meets the left, forward fold. Release over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, right foot steps back, setting up for warrior one on the opposite side. So ground down through the outside of the right foot. Inhale, reach the arms up. Same checks on this side. Also check that your shoulders are relaxed so they're not coming up towards the earlobes. Take an inhale here, maybe find a little bit of a back bend. Now keep moving towards the right side as you exhale, finding your low lunge at the back of your mat. So right leg finishes forward, bending nice and deep into the leg. Now left hand stays planted. Inhale, reach the right fingertips high. Twist towards that right leg, finding your simple twist here. As you exhale, horizon lunge. Come to the outsides of your feet, drop the hips down nice and low. Inhale, just taking a moment to lift the hips and arm once more. Then exhale back into your horizon. This time let the hip come all the way down. Left leg bends. Slight pivot to the front of your mat for our seated twist. Right leg ends up on top. Bring the right hand behind you. Left arm reaches up and then crosses to the outside of the right leg. Take an inhale to lengthen. Exhale, start to twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Final inhale. And then exhale, gently release your twist, looking towards the front of your mat. Right leg steps forward to crawl over the left. Inhale, lift your left leg to 90 degrees as you straighten the right leg, spine is long. Then exhale, left foot meets the right, forward fold, release over the legs. Inhale, find a halfway lift, lengthen. And exhale, fold again. On your next inhale, find your Utkatasana, chair pose once more. Bend the legs, reach the arms up to the ceiling. As you exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, left elbow to the outside of the right knee, finding your prayer twist here. Now options today, you can stay here. If you want to extend your arms, you can do that. If you want to take your side crow, this is your chance to do that. So wherever you choose to go, making sure that you maintain your breath. If you shift into that side crow, making sure you gaze forward. Squeeze the legs together. Maybe you try extending the legs into your Ekapada, Kundanyasana, there we go. If you choose to do that, try to come back with control as you bend the legs. Then everyone makes their way back into your prayer twist in your chair. Once you arrive back in that prayer, as we inhale, we come back to our Utkatasana, reaching the arms high again. As you exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right elbow to the outside of the left leg. Now, same chance to work here. So you can either stay in your prayer, you can extend the arms, or if you want to work into your side crow or Ekapada Kundanyasana, making sure that you keep everything connected here. That strong engagement of the legs. If you extend, try to coordinate both legs moving at the same time. If you extend, you get to bend it in with control. Nice. And then making our way back to our prayer twist. On our next inhale, unwind, reach the arms high again. Lots of leg work today. Exhale, Ardha Utkatasana, chest goes low. Now this time, maybe you bind the hands behind you and reach them back. Maybe you start to shift your weight towards your toes to lift the heels off the mat. Now if you have that, use the opposition of the hands reaching back. The core is strong. Maybe you start to straighten the legs, finding your drinking bird. If you straighten the legs, you're trying to maintain a belly to thigh connection. Your gaze is towards the floor. Your arms are reaching back overhead. Now the hard part's coming back, so if you came to your drinking bird, start to bend the legs again. Eventually let both heels come down. And then inhale, release the hands back into your chair pose. As you exhale, fold forward, Utkatasana or Uttanasana. Let the chest release over the legs. Inhale, half lift. Then exhale, plant the palms, step back into your high plank. Pause for an inhale in your high plank. Exhale, belly down chair, keeping everything in the middle. So both legs bend, no twist on this one. Take an inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga, shoot yourself forward, bend the arms immediately. Inhale, pull the chest through, upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward dog. Hips lift up nice and high. Once you find your down dog, inhale, right leg high. Take a moment to open the hip, bend the knee. Stretching out the front of the leg and the hip. Maybe circle the ankle and knee. Make sure that there's still equal pressure between both hands. And on your next inhale, straighten out the right leg, square off the hips. Exhale, step through between your hands. Ground the back heel down. And inhale, reach the arms up. Virabhadrasana 1. As we exhale, we find low lunge at the back of the mat. So pivot towards your left leg. Left leg bends, hands frame the foot. Inhale, left fingertips high, so we're back in that simple twist. As you exhale, horizon lunge. Come to the outsides of your feet. Inhale, lift the hips up, finding squareness in your legs again. So we're back in our simple twist. Now we're going to make our way into a side plank. Right side is our base. But for an extra challenge, take your left peace fingers to your left big toe while you're in your lunge. From there, start to draw the knee into the chest as you shift, and then extend the leg to the side. So we're keeping constant connection with the peace fingers and toe. Take just one more inhale here. Now see if you can keep this connection as you step your left leg back forward again, back into your low lunge. Nice. From there, let your left hand come inside of your left leg. Right knee comes down, untuck the toes. We're in our lizard. So if you want to toe heel the leg out a little bit, you can feel free. If you'd like to come down to your elbows, you can feel free to do that as well. You have 4 breaths. Just allowing yourself to stretch here. 3 more breaths. Final round of breath. Now gently start to come back to your hands. Hands stay inside of the foot, but you can toe heel it in slightly so it's back in alignment with the hip. Tuck the right toes, engage the leg, and then as you exhale, pivot into your Skandasana left leg. So hands walk towards the right side, left leg stays bent, right leg is straight. You can bring your hands to heart center or keep them planted. We have 3 breaths here. If you'd like to work into a deeper opener, you can tuck your left shoulder in front of the knee and open the arms, finding a little heart opener here. Wherever you are, we have 2 more breaths. Hands come to heart center. We're making our way to the front of our mat on one inhale. So as you inhale, bend into both legs, pivot all the way to the front, find your low lunge, hands frame that foot. Step your right leg back as you inhale. Exhale, belly down chair, knees to the left. So finding that twist to the left again. Take an inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Unwinding, hands come down. Make sure those arms are nice and bent. Inhale, pull the chest through, upward dog. And then exhale, downward dog. 2 breaths here before we go to the left. Next inhale, left leg reaches high. Open the hip, bend the knee, take a moment here, whatever movement feels good. Trying to keep your shoulders square towards the mat. The core is still very active here. Inhale, straighten the left leg, square off the hips. Exhale, step through between the hands. Right heel grounds down to the floor, and inhale, reach the arms up. Virabhadrasana 1. As you exhale, it's one motion to pivot to the back of your mat, finding your low lunge. Hands frame the foot, right leg is forward. Left hand stays down. Inhale, right fingertips reach high. Then exhale, horizon lunge. Come to the outsides of the feet, drop the hips low. Inhale, lift the hips high again, square the feet to the floor. Then exhale, right hand comes down to peace finger the right big toes. From here, we find side plank. Left side is our base. So keep your grip as you shift to the outside of your left foot, eventually extending that right leg to the ceiling. Keep the core nice and strong. One more inhale here. Now keep your grip as you exhale. Try to step that right leg back forward again with control. Once you arrive, let your right hand come inside of the right leg. Left knee comes down. You can toe heel the right foot outward slightly. 5 breaths in our lizard. So match whatever you did on the first side. Whatever feels good to do. You have about 4 more breaths. On your next inhale, coming back to your hands if you were on your forearms. Hands stay inside of the foot, but do toe heel the right foot in so that the ankle is right under the knee. Tuck the left toes, engage the leg as the kneecap comes off the mat to inhale. Then exhale, Skandasana, right leg, pivoting towards the left. Left leg stays straight, right leg is bent, coming to whichever variation you did on the first side. Making sure your side leg stays especially active. It's easy to relax that straight leg. Make sure that that doesn't happen. Trying to keep the core activated as well so the torso isn't resting. We're still in a very active, supported posture. Take about 2 more breaths. Hands come to heart center from wherever they might have been. As we inhale, it's one motion to the front of our mat. So bend into both legs, squaring yourself to your low lunge. Hands frame your left foot. Inhale, step your left foot back, high plank. Exhale, belly down chair, knees twist to the right. So finding that same twist in the opposite direction. Keep the arms nice and long. One inhale here. As you exhale, use your legs. Come to your chaturanga, one motion. Inhale, pull your chest through, upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. 3 big cleansing breaths here. Deep inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. 2 more, inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. 1 more, inhale through the nose. Open mouth, let it go. Seal the lips, breathe in and out through the nose. On your next inhale, reach your right leg high. Exhale, step through between the hands. Back heel stays off the mat. We're in our crescent lunge. As you inhale, reach the arms up. Check the squareness of your shape here. Right hip is back, left hip forward. Try to reach the fingertips to the ceiling as you bend deeper into your right leg. 1 more inhale here, maybe a little back bend. Then exhale, warrior 2. Capital T in the arms, gaze over those right fingertips. Find that strength in the outside of the right leg so the knee doesn't collapse inward. Inhale, flip your front palm, reverse your warrior, reach the right fingertips up and back, deep side bend here. Now start to shift your gaze down towards the outside of your left foot. We have 1 more inhale here. As we exhale, we find our low lunge at the back of the mat. So keep bending over towards the left leg. We pivot until the hands frame the foot. As we inhale, it's revolved half moon. So right hand stays down, shift forward to lift your right leg off the mat. Left fingertips reach to the ceiling. We have just one more inhale here. Keep the legs really active. As you exhale, Shiva squat. Bend the right leg. Left knee taps the right calf. Bring your hands to heart center. Now staying in this Shiva, bring your right hand to your hip. Left hand starts to draw the left knee into the right knee into the chest, then grab the outside of the right foot. As we inhale, we start to stand into our Parvrita Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Keeping the foot pressing into the hand, hand to the foot. Maybe you extend the right arm, maybe you look towards the right side. 2 breaths here. Final inhale. As we exhale, 2 options today. You can either guide your leg into figure 4, or you can come into your eagle. So wherever you choose to go, if you do figure 4, it'll be left ankle or right ankle on the left knee. If it's eagle, it's right leg over left, left arm over right. Take about 2 rounds of breath wherever you are. Next inhale, start to stand back up. Right knee draws into the chest, arms reach to the ceiling. And then exhale, right foot meets the left, hands come to heart center, Samasthiti. Inhale, reach the arms high, let your gaze follow. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift of the torso and right leg. So right leg comes to 90 degrees. Then exhale, low lunge. Left leg bends, right leg lands behind. As you inhale, 3-legged dog, left leg high. So left leg goes high to the ceiling. Exhale, open the hips, bend the knee. Keep bending it so much that you flip your dog. You can keep either your right leg straight, or if you want to bend it in so that both legs are equally bent, you can feel free to do that. We have 1 inhale here, reaching the hand towards that back wall. Then as you exhale, start to sit your hips straight down to the floor. And then straighten your legs out to the side, wide-legged forward fold. You should be facing the front of your mat. Good. Inhale, find length through your spine. And exhale, walk it forward. Keep the legs very active so the feet are flexed, legs are engaged. You have 2 more breaths here. On your next inhale, start to walk your hands up nice and slow. As you exhale, start to draw your legs together. Cross your right leg on top of your left leg, right over left. Inhale, shift forward. Again, same transition we took before. Standing on your right leg, lift your left leg to 90 degrees, facing the front of your mat. From here, we find our airplane. So starting to bring your hands to heart center first to find that slight lift of the torso. Then reach your fingertips back behind you. Start to lift your chest up and forward. Now here's the hard one. Take an inhale here. Start to lift your left leg, tipping the chest. Inhale, lift a little more with the leg, tip the chest a little more. Eventually making our way to a standing split, tipping for as long as you can without the hands, and then let them come to the floor. So it's all about back in opposition to the leg. Eventually, the hands come down to frame that right foot. Head drops, forehead to the shin. 2 breaths here. Inhale to your halfway lift again. Legs come to 90 degrees. Fingertips on the floor, right underneath the shoulders. Now start to come into your half moon from here. So opening the body towards the left side, left fingertips reach to the ceiling. Now option today is to work on the fancy Liz bind. So as you exhale, you might bring your left arm into a half bind behind you. You might start to bend your left leg. And if you're feeling really good, you might start to grab. 2 breaths. Next inhale, come back to your half moon, so gently releasing all your binds. Exhale, extended side angle. Bend that right leg, left leg lands behind. That right hand can either come inside of your right foot or stay on the outside, wherever you choose to go. Good, on your next inhale, come back to warrior two. Stand up nice and high. Straighten through the right leg, pivot so that we're setting up for triangle facing the back of the mat. So left toes point to the back. Inhale, gazing over the left fingertips as they reach forward. Right hip tips backward. Then exhale, tip into your Trikonasana. 3 breaths here. Keep lengthening the left side of the body. Next inhale, reverse your triangle. So right hand comes to the right leg, left fingertips reach up and back. Then exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the foot, traditional vinyasa. So just move through your flow, facing the back of your mat. Whatever kind of vinyasa you would like to do. Once you eventually arrive in your down dog, you get 3 breaths, whatever type of breath you would like. Just regaining control of your inhales and exhales, as well as regaining control of your intention. Final breath. Next inhale, reach your left leg high. Exhale, step the left foot through between your hands. Right heel stays off the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up, crescent lunge. 1 breath to pause in this crescent, checking on the squareness, making sure that your right heel is pressing back nice and far. Take an inhale, find a little back bend. And then exhale, warrior two, capital T in the arms, gazing over your left fingertips. Inhale, flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Reach the left fingertips up and back, right hand to the leg. Now shift your gaze down towards that right foot. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, keep reaching with that left hand to the front of your mat, finding your low lunge. So right leg bends. Nice. From here, as we inhale, it's our half lift. Or no, revolved half moon. Left hand stays down. Lift your left leg off the mat, right fingertips high. I blocked it out because I didn't want to do it. So keep the legs nice and strong. Make sure the hips are staying square to the floor. Minimal weight in that left hand. 1 more inhale here. As you exhale, Shiva squat. Left knee taps the right calf. Maybe bring your hands to heart center. Now from here, left hand comes to the hip. Right hand starts to grab the outside of the left foot. Don't hop around like me. As you inhale, start to kick, standing into that hand and leg. This leg is tired already, so this makes this side extra challenging. Maybe extend your left arm to the back. Maybe shift your gaze to the left side. 2 breaths here. Final inhale. Now as you exhale, guiding your leg into either figure 4 or eagle, matching whatever you did on the first side. So finding either that figure 4 of ankle to the knee or your Garudasana with the cross of the thighs and arms. Whichever one you find, make sure you're bending nice and deep into that standing leg. You're still breathing. 2 more breaths. Inhale, start to stand on that right leg. Left knee comes into the chest, arms reach high, one-legged Tadasana. And then bring your left foot to meet your right, hands come to heart center, Samasthiti. Inhale, reach your arms up nice and high, gaze follows. And exhale, hinge forward from the hips, forward fold. Inhale, we half lift our chest and left leg. So left leg comes to 90 degrees. Exhale, low lunge. Right leg bends, left leg lands behind us. Inhale, 3-legged dog, right leg reaches high. As you exhale, we open the hip, bend the knee, then keep opening and bending so much that you flip. Both feet land on the floor, left leg can stay straight or bent, hips lift up nice and high, right hand reaches towards the front wall. Take 1 more inhale here. As you exhale, sit the hips straight down to the floor, and bring the legs out to the sides, wide-legged forward fold again. Take a deep inhale, find length through the spine, and exhale, fold it forward. 3 breaths here. Next inhale, start to walk your hands up nice and slow. Exhale, draw the legs together in front of you. Left leg crosses over right. As you inhale, left leg steps forward, coming to that half lift of the legs. Right leg extends back behind. From here, we start to move into our airplane. So hovering the fingertips off the floor, bringing the hands to heart center, then reaching them back behind us, finding our slight lift of the chest. Now this next transition, it's constant opposition. The chest continues to lift as the leg lifts to tip us forward. So as you inhale, start to lift your right leg to the ceiling. Exhale, tip a little bit. Keep fighting the chest against the leg. Inhale, lift the leg higher. Exhale, tip. Final inhale. Exhale, hands come down to the floor, standing split. Let the forehead come towards the shin. Right leg lifts up nice and high. We have one more round of breath right here. On your next inhale, start to find your half lift. So right leg comes to 90 degrees, fingertips to the floor right under your shoulders. Now start to open into your half moon. So open the chest towards the right side. Right arm reaches to the ceiling. We find external rotation in that standing leg. Now really think about contracting the right side of your body. That's going to keep you stable through all of this. As you exhale, maybe you find your half bind. Maybe you bend your right leg. Maybe you reach and grab. And that's all a maybe. 2 more breaths. Next inhale, come back to your half moon. Exhale, extended side angle. Bend your left leg, right foot lands. Take your left hand wherever is most comfortable in that extended side angle. Take 1 round of breath right here. Inhale, warrior 2. Bring the torso upright, arms to capital T. Straighten through the left leg, pivot to set up for our triangle at the front of our mat. Inhale, reach the right fingertips forward, left hip back, and exhale, tip. Home stretch. Keep nice and strong through the left and right side. Slight contraction on the left to help expand the right. 1 more round of breath here. Inhale, reverse your triangle, moving all the way back upright, then left hand to left leg, right fingertips reach up and back. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the right foot. Final vinyasa of choice. Move through your flow. Eventually, once you arrive in your downward dog, as we inhale, we can take a jump through or just walk your feet forward, whichever you choose to do. If you jump through, maybe see if you can hover your legs off the mat, which mine are too tired to do, and then just sit it down. So flexing the feet for Paschimottanasana, squeeze the legs together, activate them. Inhale, reach the arms high, and exhale, fold over the legs. Grabbing on wherever feels good. Use your arms to pull you forward. Trying to maintain as long a spine as possible. 4 more breaths. Final breath. Now on your next inhale, see if you can find just kind of a half lift. So imagine you're only folding halfway into your Paschimottanasana. Take your right hand to the outside of your left foot, and then inhale all the way up into your dancing Shiva. Now here's the fun one. Keep this grip, keep your twist. Start to draw your right knee into your chest, then extend it for revolved boat. Yay, so hold it here. We have 1 more inhale, 1 more exhale. Final inhale. Exhale, gently let your right leg come down, then gently release your left leg down. Take an inhale, reach both arms to the ceiling once more. Exhale, just come to that half folded position. Right or left hand comes to the outside of the right foot. Then inhale, opposite way. So we start to lift up that leg. Right arm reaches back behind us. Then inhale, start to pull your left knee into your chest. Exhale, start to straighten that leg. Keep squeezing your legs towards each other. One more inhale. As you exhale, gently let your left leg come to the floor. Right leg follows with control. From here, inhale, reach your arms forward. And exhale, roll all the way down to your back. Make your way all the way down, whatever feels good to get there. Once you arrive on your back, draw both knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Massage the fronts of your hips, whatever feels good. Then bring your feet flat down to the floor. We have 2 rounds of bridge here. So feet are hip width distance, toes point straight forward, arms release down by the sides. As you inhale, press into the feet to lift the hips. You might tuck your shoulders underneath you and interlace the fingers to press into the floor more. Wherever you are, we have 2 more breaths. Final inhale. And exhale, gently release the hands, articulate through the spine as you bring your tailbone down to the floor. Take a minute, you can rock your knees side to side, you can find internal rotation, whatever feels good. And then when you feel ready, we'll reset, bring the feet back to hip width distance, toes forward. Second bridge here, as you inhale, lift the hips up. Maybe this time you might tuck the shoulders underneath you and bring your hands to the back of your pelvis to create kind of a supported bridge here. So you're resting on your elbows, hands are right under the pelvis, and it sometimes gives the legs a little break. Wherever you choose to go, we have 2 more breaths. If you have your hands under the pelvis, make sure you stand back onto your feet first, then release your hands down to the floor, then slowly articulate through the spine down to the floor. Maybe you let your knees rock side to side, maybe you knock them in towards each other. 2 breaths here. Now bringing them back to center, coming into figure 4 on the right. So bring your right ankle to your left knee, thread your right arm through, we grab onto the left leg, either on the hamstring or the shin. Flexing both feet, draw the knees in towards the chest, then make the effort to press your tailbone down into the floor and maybe shift your weight slightly to the left. This can sometimes increase the stretch in the right glute. We have about 3 to 4 full breaths here. Now keep the figure 4 shape in your legs. Gently release your arms so that they can come to a capital T. Then bring your left foot to the floor. The right ankle is still on that knee. Take an inhale here. Then exhale, let your legs tip over to the left side for a figure 4 supine twist. The left hand can come to the front of the right ankle and draw the foot in a little closer. You might press your right knee towards the front of your room. You can bring the right arm back above your head if you want for a different variation. We have about 5 breaths here. You can shift your gaze over to the right if that feels good. Start to breathe into the tight spots, the areas that might still feel stuck. Last breath. Gently bring your head back to center, release your ankle, bring both legs back to center, and then release your right leg off of the left. We'll move into the other side. So bring the left ankle to the right knee, thread your arms through, draw the knees into the chest. Make sure your tailbone is heavy, the feet are flexed. Maybe shift slightly towards your right side to see if that changes how the stretch feels in the left leg. We have about 4 breaths here. Final inhale. And exhale, gently bring your right foot down to the floor. Maintain the figure four shape. Arms come out to a capital T. Take an inhale. And exhale, both legs tip over to the right side. This time, maybe right hand grabs the front of the left ankle and press the knee away from you. Your left arm can come back over the head. Your gaze can shift to the left. We have about 5 full breaths here. Again, maybe close your eyes and just let everything really relax. Gently start to bring your head back to center. Legs come back to center. And then gently release them. Draw them into your chest. Time to happy baby. So grab onto the outsides or insides of the feet. Knees come down around the rib cage. Maybe rock it side to side. Try to keep the tailbone really heavy. You might straighten one leg than the other if that feels good. Take about one more round of breath here. On your next inhale, start to pull the knees back in towards the chest. Wrap your arms around the shins. Start to tuck the chin in and up. Feel everything squeeze into the midline. Close your eyes. Even scrunch up your face and feet. Take another inhale here. Any extra tension in the body gathers. And then exhale, Shavasana. Let the legs release down. Arms down by the sides. Close the eyes. And just start to let go of your breath. Let it find its natural rhythm. With an exhale, any thoughts or distractions melt away. Let the eyebrows relax. Let the eyes fall back into the socket. Allow the jaw to unclench. And let the tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. And in that same way, just work your way down your entire body. Imagine you're sinking into something soft like sand. And for the next few minutes, just enjoy this Shavasana. If you're feeling ready to start waking up, you can start by deepening your breath. Finding deep inhales and exhales. Maybe start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Maybe let the head rock side to side. If it feels good, you can reach your arms back behind you for a good morning stretch, like you're taking a giant yawn. And gently draw your knees into your chest. And keeping your eyes closed and your focus very internal, just start to make your way to a seat. Whatever position feels comfortable. Allow your hands to come to heart center once you arrive and allow your chin to bow. Just take a moment to thank yourself for doing something good for your mind and body for an hour out of your morning. The light within me meets, greets, and honors the light within you. Namaste. Nice work. That was hard.
Very hard.
You're muted. Yeah.
I've had